What's up, YouTube? mermail@gmail.com. Still trying to figure out how to change my name on my phone because I have no computer. Uh, I recently went to Garden City, Michigan, June 7th, 2014. 254 people, top 32 got invites. I ended up placing 48th, going 6 and 3. Lost my first two rounds to Georgia and Harpies. I lost to Harpies, I will never understand. And then won 6 in a row to find out that I had to win the last round. And sadly, I did not because I played a mirror match. I played mermails. This is the build I played. I want to have some other thoughts about other people around, see what they think of what the build is. Overall, I thought it was solid. It helped me a lot. I did a lot better than what I did at Oakmont. Oakmont, I did 4 and 4 out of 8 rounds. Now I did 6 and 3. So tell me what you think. First, we'll start off with 2 megalos. I like 2 better than 1, or I like 2 better than 1 megalo and 1 lead, just because of adding that sphere. It helps a lot. Next, we got 3 Teus, self-explanatory. 3 Lins, also self-explanatory. And once again, 3 Pike, self-explanatory. I decided to play with 1 Turge. I thought 2 was too much, although even though gun did go down to 1. 1 Turge was absolutely amazing. I don't regret not running a second or siding a second. Just overall, it worked just the way I wanted it to. And last of the mermails, we got 1 gun, obviously. Except for the mermails. Next, I decided to run 2 Undyne and 2 Controller. Reason being, I'm most of the time open with this whenever I only ran 1. So Undyne ended up becoming a dead draw. And I didn't want to side it out because then there'd be no way for me to get Controller to my hand if I didn't open with it or draw into it. So I wanted to be able to definitely have a way of getting Undyne's effect off to send a title or get a marksman or infantry effect to go off. One of the tuners another tuner I played was Fishboard Archer. It worked very well, I want to say. Maybe good. Didn't really use it too many times. I did side it out a couple of times. Thinking about I might take it out, I'm not sure. I mean, it was okay. And lately at my locals, it worked okay as well, I guess. Next is the Sea Serpents. My last tuner of the deck was a Deep Sea Diva. I'll explain once I get to the extra deck why. We got 1 Dragoons, obviously. I play 3 Infantry and 3 Marksmen. A lot of people say to play with 2. I play with 3 just because I do not main deck the MSTs. I do have my MSTs in the side because I run 3 of these each. It's more consistent pool. 3 worked very well for me. Whenever I didn't really like it or didn't need the 3rd of each, I just sided them out. 2 still worked pretty well for me, but overall 3 was better, I gotta say. And then next we got the 1-ofs. 1 title. Everybody knows what title is, and I actually added in Dragon Ice for title's last effect if he got banished. I put in 1 Mullen Glacier for the card control, or hand control for Bujins that I was expecting to play or Madolches that I was expecting to play. 90% of the 254 people there were playing Madolches and Bujins, and sadly I did not get either one of those decks out of 9 rounds. It did work pretty well against the 3 Harpy decks I played in both of my mirror matches. Even though I lost the one, it still worked pretty well. And lastly, Gores. Gores was actually a surprise to a lot of the people I played. I actually pulled both effects off a lot. The inflict battle damage to your opponent as well as you, or the inflict damage to your opponent if it was a card effect or if it was a battle, special summon a token with the same amount of attack and defense. I actually have gotten both of them off. So it worked actually quite well. That's it for the monsters. 30 monsters. Seems like a lot, but it's a 42 card deck. 30 monsters was absolutely solid, I want to say. There isn't much I'd change about the monsters. Maybe the Fishborg and the Mulling Glacier. Other than that, under the spells, we got 1 salvage and 2 soul charges. I only ran 3 spells in the main deck. Soul charge, I did not use it like everybody else, how they would play soul charge. 4 or 5,000 I'll pay, bring back 4 or 5 monsters, and then they just get basically shit on next turn. No, I just brought it back for like 1-ofs to be able to do easy rank plays to get my engine going or something. A lot of the time I just sided 1 out, or there was a couple of times I sided both out for MSTs or something else. But 3 spells, main deck, first game, they worked a lot. They put in work. And lastly, the traps, we got the obvious 3 spheres. I played 2 Mirror Force, they were okay. I sided 1 out all the time. There was a couple times where Mirror Force didn't really work to my benefit, so I just sided both out. 2 Black Horns, same thing as the Mirror Force. They put in work, but overall I sided 1 or both out. 1 Compulse and 1 Abyss Squall. Squall I used for bring back two of my level 7 mermails, and then a Lind, or 2 of my level 4 mermails, and then a Lind, so that Lind's effect would go off during the end turn, and I could still get a XC play. It actually worked really well. I hardly ever sided it up because I was able to get it off so well. It would have been nice if I put 2 in. I think it would have been more consistent. That way I would have been able to draw up more to do more, but it is what it is. That's it for the main deck. 42 cards. Extra deck, which is 15. We got 1 Armades, self-explanatory, along with Black Rose, Gungnir, Beals for the Gen X controller, and Dragon Ice, or any other plays with Gen X controller. Leo for the easy level 10 plays. I used to have Bahamut Shark and Mermail Abyss Trite at regionals. I took them both out for 2 cards. This is going to be one of them. Star Eater. I took out Bahamut and Mermail Abyss Trite because I hardly ever used them, and I also hardly ever got them off. At my locals, I'm able to pull off Star Eater quite well with Deep Sea Diva and either Tidal or Teus or Megalo. Star Eater's being quite solid. I'm a little ticked that I didn't put that in my extra deck for regionals. It might have even helped me a lot, but I didn't. So now to the Exceeds. One ranked 3. I had 2. Mermail Bistripe was the other 3, but as I said, I took it out. Leviair, it was quite solid. A lot of times I'd use Tidal, banish like a water monster and a marksman, and eventually bring out Leviair, bring marksman back, attack directly, or for damage, bring out dragoons from my deck and attack for gain. It actually worked really well that way. I probably wouldn't change that. Next we got the rank 4s. Dweller, 101, Exciton. And then what I took out for Bahamut Shark was the Volvo Chain. Volvo Chain, it's okay. I mean, if there was a way to boost its attack, or if its attack was at least like 2,000, it would be great. But sitting at 1,800 and you have nothing to back it up, but you need to get a playoff to even like stand a comeback, it sucks overall. That's it for the rank 4s, and lastly the rank 7s. 1 Gaios, 1 Big Eye, and 2 Draco Sacks. A lot of people say that you shouldn't need 2. I disagree with them, especially people at my local. I disagree with them because 2 actually started helping me win the games. Because the first 2 games I played against Skirgia and Harpies, I only used 1 of them, and I used either the Gaios or the Big Eye. And starting round 3 and on, I kept on just bringing out both Dracos and hardly ever bringing out Big Eye or Gaios, and that's when I started winning. So yeah, I totally disagree. I think 2 is amazing. I wouldn't put 3 in, even though 3 would be overkill, but 2 is fine. 1's okay, but 2 is fine. Side deck, we got 1 lead for the beat stick, basically. 1 Tragodia for the beat stick and to be able to get easy ranks or synchros off. Vanity's Fiend, I actually pulled off a couple of times. A lot of people think it would hurt me more than them. They ended up finding out that it was wrong. Every time I was able to get it off, it was during the matches that I won. And it was after I already had like Draco or, Leo out on the field or something. Just 3 monsters in the side, that's it. Because it's already 30 monsters in the main. I mean, you don't need any more than that. Spells, 2 MST. And it came quite as a bit of a shock, but 3 prohibitions. Reason why I lost the Harpy dude is because I was not able to pull these in all 3 Harpy decks I played. They did not have MSTs in their main or side, and nothing to get rid of them except for Draco Sack or I think Lightning Chidori or something like that. When I lost in round 2, I was not able to pull a single one of these. But 7 and 8, when I played against back-to-back Harpy players, I was able to pull 2 out of 3 of them, and did either Draco Sack and Harpy Hunting Ground or Harpy Hunting Ground and Chidori, and they just scooped game 2 all the time. Traps, I played 2 Breakthrough, 2 Light Imprisoning Mirror. I was expecting to play Bujins on a lot of light decks. Sadly, I did not, so I did not get to use that at all, except for Cyber Dragons that I played in round 5. I just put in a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror for the dark decks that I will play, probably, hopefully. I did have at regionals Mind Crush for Madolches or Bujins. Once again, 90% of people out of 254 people were playing Fujin, and Madolche. When XC's Reborn, XYZ Reborn. If you don't know what this does, whenever you play it, you target one of your XYZ monsters in your graveyard, special summon it, and attach this to that monster as if it was an XYZ material. So if you need like a quick Exciton or a quick Arc or something like that in the graveyard to, keep your life points to stay, or to sit there and get rid of their field or something, say another Draco sack, it was a good card. I actually sided in only once, and I actually pulled it off that one time. And it actually won me in time against a mirror match in round 3. And lastly, Triangus. Any of those who do not know what Triangus is, you can only play it if you and your opponent both have an extra deck. I would declare either XYZ, Synchro, or Fusion. Both of us would reveal our extra deck, and whoever has the most of the declared type would gain 3,000 life points. And obviously I would not main it because I don't know what they're playing in their side. Most of the time I declared Synchro because everybody was playing XYZs. The only time I did not say Synchro was when I played the Gear Dia / Kerr Curry deck, because he ended up having more Synchros than me, and I was actually quite surprised about that. But yeah, that's the full deck, main side, extra. Tell me what you thought about it. I went 6-3 out of 9 rounds. Lost the first 2, won 6 in a row. Lost the last one. Came in 48th out of 254. Top 32 got invites. I want to hear other people's opinion about this, so I can get some other ideas about it. So tell me what you think, and until then. That was loud.